A huge goal that takes them into third place in the table. And yes, they've played a game more than the teams around them. So too have Aston Villa, and they're in 7th place as things stand, level on points with Chelsea and 2 points behind Newcastle, who are now in that 5th spot. It's starting to open up a little bit of a gap between 3rd and 7th, and particularly with that one game extra played for Villa. How big an impact will that defeat have on them, do you think?
Well, time will tell. Of course, they've got the FA Cup themselves at the weekend to play, and can they bounce back? Me and Roy were looking off there. The fixtures, they've got relatively fixtures that we think that they could probably get maybe maximum points from. Bournemouth away maybe is one of the trickier ones, but in general, I still think they're very much in the race. There's no doubt about that. I think we mentioned the squad that Aston Villa have, the players off the bench tonight as well. They've got a very, very strong squad, and the likes of Newcastle and Nottingham Forest have still got quite a bit of work to do to make the top 5. I think Newcastle are home to Ipswich next, so they'll look at that as a big chance of getting 3 points.
Problem though for Villa, and obviously they're running out of games, and the goal difference is a big problem for them. That's why I think it's such a setback tonight. The type of goals they gave away. You look at the manager and talk about them being well organised, but you saw that stat, as you said, giving up late goals. You know, that'll be costly at the end of the season for the Champions League.
I mean, you say that they're running out of games, and they've had the game against their Champions League rival, which is can almost feel like a bonus victory, can't it? And there's lots of teams in that race for Champions League football who are meeting each other between now and the end of the season. That game between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea on the last day of the season might prove to be crucial, or it might be done and dusted by there. Chelsea have got Newcastle as well. There's big games.
Yeah, there'll be 1 or 2 twists, but from Villa's point of view tonight, when you get yourself in a position where you've got a draw and you think you're not capable of going to win the game, don't lose it. Don't lose it. Keep that momentum into the season. It keeps City a bit near you. The draw, momentum, the feel-good factor. Players know a big and a bad result. You've seen the reaction of Man City tonight, and you've seen the reaction of the Villa and the Villa manager, the players. They know what a big moment that was. Last kick of the game.
It feels every match day this swings hugely in terms of the percentages, and it feels as though even just in terms of the feel, it swings massively. Obviously, City now with a 95.1% chance of finishing inside the top 5. Villa down at 17.3%. Does that look about right to you? I mean, it could all change. What that can't bring into the equation is the human factor and how other games going on and where the players are in their heads.
A normal computer?
I would say super. When you're dealing with 5 teams and 5 games remaining, I'm going to say a super.
Well, I do think for the teams around in the challenge, I think City will definitely qualify for the Champions League. I'll say that, but my neck on the line now, especially after such a late goal. So I think that's a good thing for a few of the teams. Aston Villa probably got the most ground to make up, but then I look at the fixtures that Aston Villa, and I fancy them to won a lot of them fixtures. You know, Newcastle's second last game's Arsenal away. That's a tough fixture. You hope they might still be in Champions League and be distracted by that, perhaps. So there's all ifs and buts, and maybe even Ipswich at home. You think, oh, it's an easy game, but you just never know when a team's more or less relegated. The pressure's off. There's all sorts of permutations, but it's a great race, isn't it?